Welcome back to another Minecraft video. My name is Pickaxe, and here are some cool 1.20 redstone contraptions that I've built. I won't really go too in depth on how to make it, but just how I made it. The first one is a door that opens with a goat horn. This utilizes the new Calibrated Sculk Sensor. And since it's just how Sculk sensors work, this one will detect any item usage. So it can be a shield, spyglass, and it can be a goat horn. So it works by when a calibrated sculk sensor has a power of 3 fed into it. I'm using the new chisel bookshelf and a comparator, which is one of the easiest ways to get a signal 1 through 6. It'll activate when items are used. And you can see here it also has a pretty long range. Yeah, that's the goat horn piston door. This next one is a fire prevention system. So when there's a signal of 13 fed into it, it'll detect block placement. So in this case, flint and steel is a block placement. So I just have that going into some dispensers. The only downside is that it detects any block placement, so it'll try to extinguish wood planks. But it's honestly just a kind of funny system. This next one is a set of gates that automatically open when you mount your horse. You can go off adventuring, and then when you're ready to come back and open the gates again, you can use the goat horn technique to open the gates. Now this works by using a sculk sensor with a power of 6 fed into it. That'll detect when a player mounts a horse, and that feeds into a pulse extender, which feeds into the gates. And over here, once again, I have the goat horn set up, where when a power of 3 is fed into it, it'll activate when an item is used, and it feeds all the way into this. Now if you're wondering why I have these waterlogged, the sculk sensors are silent when they're waterlogged. They still have the sound particles, but it's pretty unnoticeable. Now this next one's one of my personal favorites. It's the secret bookshelf door. You can activate it by taking the 6th book from the bookshelf, and it'll open. And you can close it by taking any of the other books. Now one of the downsides to the chisel bookshelf is that since it's technically, it holds entities, like the books, it can't be moved with a piston. So I'm just using normal bookshelves sprinkled throughout, so it looks kind of natural. What I've seen a lot of other YouTubers do is make like the door somewhere else, like a door will open here, or just kind of try to get around the bookshelf, the opening bookshelf. But I think it's way cooler when the bookshelf itself opens up. So this works by a comparator coming out of a chiseled bookshelf. So how the chiseled bookshelf works, it'll produce a redstone signal strength based on what slot was last activated. So if it's 1, it'll produce a 1. If it's 2, it'll produce 2. And you get the gist. All up to 6. So basically, activate when the last slot was activated. That's just toggle. So as you can see here, the 3rd slot was the last slot that I toggled, and it'll give out a signal strength of 3. So you really don't have to put the book back when you're opening it. You can just take it. So you got the comparator coming out of the bookshelf. Once it hits a signal of 6, it'll hit this repeater, which extends the redstone signal. It'll extend into a simple piston door. I also inverted the redstone pulse here, so that way you can only take 6 for it to open. So if you take any of these other ones, it won't open, until you take 6.